time, weather, and...
Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd. And I'm Todd. If you've been following me on my channel lately, I've been talking about going through my vinyl album collection and starting to thin it out because I've got a lot of albums and many of them I'll never listen to. Well, while I was going through my albums, I found a bunch of Neil Sedaka albums, which I didn't realize I had any Neil Sedaka albums. Well, one of those albums was called Sedaka's Back. It's this album. And this was released in 1974. And the reason I'm bringing it up is I looked at the track listing and I wanted to hear the song Laughter in the Rain. It's the album that has his big hit single, Laughter in the Rain. So I thought I want to hear that. I pulled the album out, looked real clean, put it on the turntable, started listening to it, got the Laughter in the Rain, and I was singing along with it. That was kind of fun. And then 2 songs later, I'm hearing this song and I'm going, I know this song. I've heard this song before. But I mean, I'm not a Neil Sedaka fan, so I'm not sure if it was Neil Sedaka. I'm not sure who it was. And it's a great song. In fact, after I listened to the complete album, I had to go back and play that track again. I thought it was the best track on the album, and the song was called Solitaire. And I thought that was pretty cool. And that, this came out on 1974 on this album, Sedaka's Back, and that it was so good and he didn't release it as a single. What's going on? What's going on? Well, as I continue to go through my albums, I found some more Neil Sedaka albums. So I had a lot of Neil Sedaka, which I didn't realize I actually had. And one of those albums that I found in that stack was this. This is an album that Neil Sedaka released in 1972, and it's called Solitaire. So this is the original album that he had placed that song on, and he didn't release it as a single in 72 either. Now, I think the reason he reissued it on the Sedaka's Back album is because this is on RCA, and I believe it was his last album for RCA, and then he moved to Elton John's label, the Rocket Record Company. So I think he took that song and placed it on this album because he obviously liked it. So what about the song? Well, the song is this. It's written by Neil Sedaka and Phil Cody. Neil Sedaka wrote the music and Phil Cody wrote the lyrics. And the lyrics are tremendous. Phil was going through a divorce, I guess. And so at the time, to take his mind off of all the pain of the divorce, he was playing a lot of solitaire. And then that's what created the lyrics to this song. What's also cool is on this particular album, the 1972 album, Neil Sedaka has 10cc as his backup band. Yeah, get this. Graham Goldman plays bass, guitar, and vocals. Lowell Cream plays guitar and vocals, and Kevin Godley plays drums and vocals. So, how cool is that? So the song is dynamite. Very, very good song. So what I thought I'd do is play that song. And yeah, I've heard it a bunch of times now because I've played it off those albums a number of times, and I can't get enough of the song. It's just a great song. So I thought what I'd do is review the song. But what I found is this song has many, 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 many cover versions. It's a very popular song to cover. So I thought what would be really cool, and I've never done this before, I've done comparisons in one video where it was like the original and then one of the cover versions of an original song. But I thought I'm going to take the whole week. I'm going to take all 5 days, and the first day is going to be the original version, which is Neil Sedaka's version. And then each day after that, the next 4 days, are going to be cover versions. Now, there are a ton of cover versions of this song. I did not realize that, but there are a ton. So it was really tough to pick the ones that I'm going to be playing over the week. And many of them I've never heard before. So that's another reason why I picked those particular cover versions. So stick with me this week. If you like the song Solitaire, you'll be hearing it 5 times, but by 5 different artist. So we're going to start with Neil Sedaka's original version of Solitaire.
There was a man, a lonely man, who lost his love through his indifference. A heart that cared, that went unshared until it died within his silence. And solitaire's the only game in town, and every road that takes him down, while life goes on around him everywhere. He's playing solitaire.
Oh, yeah. What a great song. I mean, I love the piano. The piano is just like heart-wrenching, the way the keys are being played and how Neil wrote the piano piece for this song. It's just heart-wrenching. And you got the bass guitar in there. And it's probably the only two instruments I think is kind of lonely in a way in instrumentation in the beginning as well. And then Neil Sedaka comes in. He's got that high falsetto voice as well. And, you know, you can tell it's Neil Sedaka right away. I mean, he's got a very unique voice, but it's that really high-pitched voice. But it's perfect for this song. And you know, he's talking about loneliness, and they're using the game Solitaire as a means to show how lonely this person is. So just really cool, the musical portion and the lyrics. The lyrics are outstanding on this song. So let's keep on going.
Everywhere he's playing solitaire, and keeping to himself begins to deal, and still the King of Hearts is well concealed. Another losing game comes to an end, and he deals them out again.
And I like that line right there where he says, another losing game comes to an end, so he deals them out again. I mean, how many times do you really win the game Solitaire? It's a very hard game to win, and you're playing against yourself. So I just think that's kind of a neat line, how they fit that in there. Very cool, very cool. Let's keep on going.
Another losing game comes to an end, and he deals them out again. A little hope goes up in smoke. Just how it goes without saying. There was a man he's playing. And solitaire's the only game in town, and every road that takes him down, while life goes on around him everywhere. He's playing solitaire and keeping to himself begins to deal, and still the king of hearts is well concealed. Another losing game comes to an end, and he deals them out again. And solitaire's the only game in town, and every road that takes him down, while life goes on around him everywhere. He's playing solitaire.
Wow. Wow. I mean, you can feel the loneliness in Neil Sedaka's voice as he's singing this song. I mean, he kind of brings that out in his vocals, how he sings this song. Very lonely, and the way he plays the piano. As I'm listening to it, I could close my eyes, and I can picture him at the piano and singing this with the most painful look on his face, because he's so lonely, and the song just brings that out, and the lyrics especially are exhuming. There's here, read these lyrics. They are the loneliest lyrics you'll ever read. It's just well written. The music is great. I like the fact too they get about halfway through the song, and basically it's Neil on piano, bass guitar. I'm not sure if that's a keyboard or a synthesizer that's in there, or if it's an actual woodwind instrument, but you get some sort of what sounds like a woodwind instrument in there, and that's about all the instrumentation there is until they get into the middle of the song, and then the whole band comes in. You get the drums, you get the keyboards, you get guitars, you get everything, and it just adds to the mood of the song. I just think it's so well done. I mean, I can't believe Neil Sedaka didn't release this as a single, especially since it was the name of the album that it came out on, because it's just a tremendous song. And I think that is too why there are so many cover versions of this song. I mean, there are just oodles. If you go on Google and you type in Solitaire cover versions, it's a whole list. So we're going to take four of those cover versions and cover them over the next week. So tomorrow will be our first cover version. It's going to be a surprise. Every day is going to be a surprise, because I think I've picked some really good cover versions of this song. And like I said, most of these I've never heard before. So I think that's going to add to the fun of doing this week and the song Solitaire. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed Neil Sedaka doing such a fantastic song about loneliness. It's just dynamite. Hit that like button. That'd be really cool if you do that. If you have any comments about Neil Sedaka, the song Solitaire, hey, put it in the comments below. That'd be cool as well. I'm going to take a link to this video, which was kind of interesting. It was the front and the back covers of the Solitaire album, and then the label from the side of the record that has the song Solitaire on it, and they showed that several times. So I thought that was kind of nice. There weren't a lot of videos for this song that weren't live, and I wanted to do the studio version. I didn't want to do a live version. There's quite a number of live versions out there, but very few studio versions. So I thought this was pretty nice. Nice. So I'm going to take the link to this video and put in my description below. So if you want to watch again, pick on that link, and away you go. I'm also going to take and put the link to the channel that uploaded this video in my description as well. You might want to check out that channel. Hey, have you subscribed to Driving with Todd? If you haven't, let's do it right now. You've got this video open, right? You still do. Go below the video, hit the subscribe button. That's all you got to do, and you've done it. If you go over here, ring the bell, you'll get updates to my latest videos. So, this is going to be a fun week. At least I think it's going to be a fun week. This is the first song. This is the original version of the song Solitaire by Neil Sedaka. Tomorrow, we're going to do a cover version, and I think you'll be surprised by the cover version. I hope you will, at least. I know I am. So, this put a huge smile on my face. I'm hoping it put a big smile on your face, and peace out, baby.